Welcome back. The field of candidates for Milwaukee County Executive is growing, with a half dozen people now seeking to replace Chris Sabely. The candidates include one Milwaukee County board member, two state lawmakers, a suburban mayor, and our next guest. Purnima Nath is a nonprofit founder and the creator of India Fest Ethnic Festival. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
First of all, you're welcome. We're getting to know all of the county executive candidates and just kind of who they are. And I did want to ask you about some of your recent tweets in the last few months. They're strongly worded. And one of them from April 21st, you said, "Let me predict churches will be burnt, vandalized, destroyed. Christians will be afraid to say that they are Christians. And World War III is coming." You had another tweet on February 4th where you said, "America is getting destroyed in front of our eyes. I won't give it even 10 years before the people of America will be eating people instead of food." What did you mean by that?
Well, I think we need to go and see what was happening at that time during the tweet itself. But if you look at overall, we are in a very strange situation as a country. Too much of division, too much of hatred going on.
Do you think World War III is really coming?
If you saw the next sentence, which was not actually read over here or even published, it was war on religion, war on color, war on class, probably war
race
on
and gender.
Race and gender. So when you say World War I or II or III, we don't have to actually have blow up a country with weapon. These are our weapon that is getting used against us. And to me, this is a divisive country at this point. Because of my color, because of my beliefs, or my liking and disliking, I will be hated. And that's why one of the reasons I'm running.
If you become county executive, would you be using strong words like this?
If I'm running county executive, I'm a county executive for all the people. It doesn't matter what color, creed, or religion they bring in. I would bring unifying messages. This was supposed to be unifying. If you turn it around and look at it in another different way, this is a fear that I have. If I do not, the reason I'm running is because I see divisiveness. If the country was in a great shape and no problem was there, then what was my role? I wouldn't be needed for this.
This is a tough job, too. I mean, you know about the budget and where it stands right now, a projected $16 million budget gap for 2020. Why do you want to take that on?
I have been in Milwaukee for 19 plus years. By the time election is done, I'll be 20 years in Milwaukee almost. Every single year, every term, every way we look at it, Milwaukee is the worst place to live in, and we have tremendous amount of crimes over here. Things haven't changed in 20 years. It's the same issue every cycle. So the reason I'm running is because I'm not coming from political background, and I do see how the country is going towards greed of power and control. We cannot live like that. This is not the country I came 20 years back. I think this is a tremendous country. The place I come from, this is a place to be. This is a place to come and live and raise a family. But I fear that our country is going in a different direction.
How would you fix the budget?
It's not about fixing the budget immediately. No matter who gets in there, nobody can fix the budget in the next 4 years. And if somebody's selling you that, I would literally say, run far away. If I sit here today, Adrian, and say that I can fix everything in 4 years, I will be lying to you. And that's not who I am. I'm going to try to target the wastage. We will free up dollars that is going to be going to the necessities. So those are the ways we're going to target. It's not like I'm going to pay for this particular program, bring back this, that. It's not that. If you constantly try to, for short term, fix certain problems, you get into a Band-Aid solution.
What do you think about the sales tax increase? I know the current county executive is in favor of letting voters decide on a 1%. sales tax increase. What do you think about that? Do you back that? It's a tough sell to Republicans. We know that.
Milwaukee is already, as a county, paying highest tax of any other neighboring county. If we constantly raise tax for the people who's living here, what are we telling them? Aren't we forcing them to leave our county?
So you don't support it?
It's not about supporting or not, but I would say that we are already, as a county resident, we are already paying higher tax. Now we are trying to tax more people to come over here and work, and they're not going to be very happy about that.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Why should people vote for you?
I believe I look at every situation fairly. It's not about a political party or their agenda or what they're looking for. To me, as a county, we have an issue. It's crime issues, budget issues, programs are getting cut, nobody wants to come and invest here, big corporations constantly moving out of our backyard and going into our neighboring states. I wouldn't want to question why. What don't we give them over here that they're going into bigger cities? If they come over here, we would have jobs. We can elevate people's lives through work and facilities. So why can't we do that? Those are the things that I'm more interested in. I'm very interested in economic development. I want to make sure that Milwaukee has a name for itself, not piggybacking on our bigger cities, neighboring bigger cities. So don't we have the resources? I believe we do. I believe our people are very strong. I believe our people have every resources in their hand to make that happen.
Purnima Nath, County Executive Candidate, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coming up next, good news for a time-honored childhood tradition.